Keene Buffaloes again, and we would like to do a special segment today about dredges.
Yep, there's many types of dredges. You have all the way from the 2-inch backpack sluice all the way up to 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, or if you're a commercial dredge, you're 8 inches and up. So we're going to talk just a little bit different dredges, why you should pick maybe one over another depending on what type of prospecting you're doing.
So we'll start off with me, being female, not that it's different, it's just what's right for you. Today I want to show you how I picked this dredge and what I picked. I have bad knees. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I don't like to get all tired hauling my stuff out and then dredging all day and then hauling it back to the bay. That's just me. So I decided to go with the Keene Backpack Dredge. See it here? It's got decorations on the pontoons, but you don't have to do that. And here here's the hose. It's very lightweight, that's why I chose it. And you can fill the box with just about any kind of matting or material that you want. This is just miner's moss, but it does come with its own miner's moss and carpet. And for clogs, it's not so bad. I can get into the smallest places without needing a whole bunch of water. So what comes with that? Small rocks. So I do get a lot of those. This has a lot more suction than you think. A lot of them get soft at the front. Some people like the guard on the front. I don't, because I get more rocks stuck in there. There's a lot of flat rocks where we live, so you want to also make sure that you account for that. When I get clogs, they're usually in the tube. And with this being transparent, you can pretty much see where the clog is. So the simplest tool that I use is my rubber mallet. And when you get a clog, you just tap, tap, not too hard, and then it usually works itself out. But if it doesn't, and gets lodged up here, right here is typically where like a flat rock could be like stuck this way, so that prevents the suction. So Shad made this out of rebar. Made it as pretty long, just so that you have a little leverage. And typically when I just get a clog, you can just you don't have to do it very hard. So you just stick this in there and just roll it, like turn it, don't poke because you just jam the rocks. Just swirl it and then the clogs usually work out. This dredge has been great for me. I love it. I'm working the heck out of it. For you guys, size doesn't always matter. I've seen a lot of men use these. They don't decorate it like I do. But, I like to bedazzle things, so that's why I did mine.
Alright, so I have a 3-inch Keene dredge here. This is the older model where it has the 4 pontoons. They now have a 3-inch Mini, a little bit shorter box, weighs a little bit less, smaller floats on it. This one actually is the same frame, same size as the old 4-inch even. What makes this one nice though, being a 3-inch, is it's that good in-between model between a 4-inch and obviously like the 2.5-inch dredges, where I can move a lot of material, but I'm still not dragging around a really heavy piece of equipment, which is great when you're on your own, or even if it's just you dragging your own equipment with a prospecting partner. One of the cool things I like about mine is probably my swivel head nozzle. I highly recommend this. It makes it so you don't have to really muscle around your hose when you're in a dredge hole working those corners. You can just rotate it. Rocks do tend to, little fine rocks get sucked into here, so you do kind of have to just work it out and get aggressive spinning it from time to time so it doesn't get jammed. But I tell you, this will save your wrist a lot. Also, I don't have a guard. Same reason Kathleen is. I found that with guards, I get a lot of clogs up here with a guard. I'd rather just kind of feed the material in with my hands into the nozzle and catch the big rocks before they go in. When I do get clogs, a lot of times they are the flat rocks in the hose. Same thing, I use either a rubber mallet or a dead blow hammer, depending on what we have, we kind of share. But I get more clogs usually in my jet log. So I also have a long rod, and the same technique Kathleen showed you. You just jam it down through the jet flare into the power jet, and you just rotate it. You don't want to jam it like she said, just rotate it, because those flat rocks, you'll knock it down, you'll think you got it, and it'll flip right back up. So you just kind of jiggle it around like that, it'll work the clogs right out. Works great, has a T80 compressor on it so you can add air. The other thing I like about the dredge, granted I bought it used, they put this little valve on here. You do not want to restrict water to your pump. It will burn up your pump, so I don't know why they did it. I will take this off probably next year. But one great thing I highly recommend though, these quick attachments for your hoses. It makes it a cinch. Just always when you're putting your dredge together or taking it apart, just to be able to snap it. The newer dredges like Kathleen's has it also on the jet log down here for your suction hose. Mine, of course, being an older model, does not, but you can get those couplers if you want to spend the money. I'm not worried about it. I run the miner's moss all through it with rubber matting underneath, and I like it, but you can put any type of matting you want, whatever works for you. There is no right or wrong way, but 3-inch dredge works great. You can still get into shallower water, but it can also, you can be a little more aggressive and move twice as much material as the 2.5-inch. Alright everybody, we got Ben here. He's my brother-in-law, Kathleen's brother, obviously. So he's got 2.5 dredge here. It was actually our former dredge, the first one, but he's made it better. So we'll let him talk about his dredge, what he likes about it, and kind of explain some of the features and take you through it.
Well, 2-inch dredge, running some gold hog batting. Compared to all these bigger 3-inch dredges that are ahead of me, I think I'll catch better gold than some of these guys. They're bigger, but they're catching more of the fine stuff. I think I'm on a little pace streak here, going up this natural little riffle here. But other than that, I'm having fun, enjoying it, being with my sister and doing something that she loves. It's a good time.
Talk about the pump you're using.
Pump? I didn't know anything about it. It's a Harbor Freight pump.
Yep, it's a semi-trash pump, but you got plans to actually look at getting a high pressure pump put on it to kind of help avoid some of the clogs you're getting. But you got the old style sluice box with the crash box on it rather than the jet flare, which is nice. It allows the material to hit the top of the box, lay down and run through your hog matting. But 2.5-inch lets you get into some nice tight spaces, and you can see he painted it brown frame after re-welding it better, strengthening it, and got a black box now. Looks nice. But running good for you?
Running great.
Awesome. You got plans to ever get a bigger dredge?
Thinking about 3.
3?
Yep.
All right. And then there's his son Van over here. He's been digging and finding gold pan, and he learned how to pan this strip. Been finding good color. Hi, Van.
All right, I run a 3-inch Keene, and I run a different type of matting than what some other people do. I know some of the guys like to run hog matting, some of them like to run it factory. What I have is I run 2 different types of matting in mine. This piece, which you can see right here, I run on the top, and it's really deep, and it has an excellent exchange rate when it's running, going through it. And that sits in the front. And then I have just a plain mat. And actually this right here is just a conveyor belt mat. And I think it used to run, things used to be on top, grooves, I don't know. But anyway, this is what I run, just a little piece in the back. I still plan on getting a piece of hog moss or miner's moss or something to put on the header. Just to kind of help, even if I get a little bit more black sands, I don't mind it. But that's what I run. I also plan on getting a 5-inch, but I'd also like to have a 4-inch. But then my next goal is to get a 5-inch Proline, and because we're allowed to run a 5-inch in Indiana, and then I still want to get a 4-inch Proline for whenever I come here to Ohio. So, and I can tell you this much. We have been finding some really good gold the last couple of days. Ohio's starting to give Indiana a run for their money. We're finding some nice chunky stuff. So that's what I run. That's what I'm doing. And those are my plans.
I'm John. I got the 4-inch Mini because it's shorter than the full size, and it'll fit in the bed of your truck. You can completely disassemble it and haul it in the creek or river by yourself. I got the E180 compressor with it, so you can dive. There's not a whole lot of places to dive in Ohio, but it's nice to have the option. I've just got the straight nozzle now, and it's kind of rough manhandling that hose when it gets turned into a swivel nozzle will be in the making. But I decided on the 4-inch also because the quality is not always there in Ohio, so you have to go for quantity. So you can move a lot of dirt fairly fast with it. I run a deep V rubber mat and Miracle mat up top. I ran the green carpet and it seemed to eat a lot of the fines, and it wouldn't release them, and with having the rubber matting it releases everything. But all in all, it's been a good dredge to move a lot of dirt with. So,
I'm Tim Grimes, the host of Prospector Radio and the founder of GoldProspectorsSpace.com. Chad wanted me to talk a little about my dredge today. Reasons why I use this style, the kind of matting I use, what I like or don't like about it. Well, the reason I got it is because I usually go by myself a lot. One small dredge, easy to load up, maneuver, get in and out of tight spots. So it makes it easy. I don't want a big beast. Can't handle it. Too much for an old man. I like it because it is small and portable. Fits in my car. The only thing I don't like about it is the way the floats hold up. The bungee strap don't like it. So I got 2 ratchet straps that hold mine just in case. I figured heck with the bungees. But I'm running Talon mat, which I've been running for quite a while now, and I really enjoy it. And heck, it's a good little machine. The reason I bought it, the price was right. And I bought it off my little buddy over there. So it's like, have to have it, you know? And let me see, don't forget, tune in to Prospector Radio Wednesday nights at 9 for West Coast Wednesdays, and Sundays at 7:30 for our Sunday show. We have Cooley's Corner, and give us a call, 419-520-7574.
Now remember, there's another thing that determines the size of your dredge. You always want to check with your state laws.
Yeah, like certain states such as, we live in Ohio, so we do a lot of our hobby prospecting here when we just want to get out. So Ohio has a limit, a true 4-inch dredge. You cannot go bigger. You cannot have a 5-inch and neck it down to a 4-inch nozzle. That'll be, you get fined, get kicked out, lose your equipment, a lot of troubles. Other states have limits up to a 5-inch dredge, so again, true 5-inch dredge. You get other states though, such out west, maybe like Arizona, I believe, haven't heard of a limit, so you can probably get up to a 6-inch, but usually I hear a lot of people, the biggest they've used is a 5-inch dredge. Other places such as California, no dredging right now. They still have that what is it called? Moratorium. They can't talk. So you definitely want, wherever you go, check your state laws, the areas. Idaho has a few places where they do limit.
And check what's happening in the news ahead of time, because if they're looking to, not allow it in your area, you want to be ahead of the game and not spend a lot of money on something that you're not going to use.
Or if you do run into problems, you want to reach out to our good friends at American Mining Rights Association. Shannon Poe, the president and founder, they help a lot of small-scale miners when they do have run-ins with whether it's the EPA, Bureau of Land Management, and other state federal agencies. They will definitely help you out, look at your case, see what they can do to help you out, fight the courts. They're a non-profit, great organization. You can always donate to them, and a $200 donation gives you access to all their claims, mainly out on the West Coast, but fabulous claims, great cause, definitely support them.
Great people too.
Yep. Other avenue to listen to hear about some of the news, Gold Prospectors Radio. You hear, we definitely report on the news. Kathleen here every Wednesday night has Dredging Up the News, definitely reports on any updates on dredging issues, prospecting news, problems people are having, and updates, fun facts. So definitely want to check it out. But regardless, always make sure wherever you go, check out, find out information, ask around, look into local clubs to ensure that, when you go out, you're allowed to, and you're able to bring whatever equipment you want, whether it's the 2-inch, 2.5, 3-inch, all the way up to a 4 or 5-inch. Whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong piece of equipment. They all have their place. They all have their benefits.
And just enjoy yourself.
Have a great time.
I'm out of dollars. I don't have no more dollars. Put it
Oh
away.
yeah, birthday, John Miller.
In my belly.